Well, I want to give you a little heads up before we get into this episode. If you haven't eaten lunch yet, this content is likely to make you hungry.
What up, yo?
Basically make your head explode.
Listen with caution.
Well, I have to admit that I accidentally discovered this money-saving tip, and what I mean by accidentally is that my initial motivation was not to try and save money, but what prompted me to experiment with online grocery purchases was my abhorrence of the whole grocery store experience. I mean, I absolutely hated it. Do you know how many times I would purchase about $250 worth of groceries? I'd get home, and while I was putting them away in the cabinet, I'd realize that I hadn't even purchased a whole meal. Now, one solution to that problem would have been for me to prepare a list, to take it in with me, and only purchase the items that were on that list. Preparing a grocery list ahead of time has been the wise practice of many a penny-pinching parent. But the postmodernist in me, well, I was looking for a less archaic means of commerce, and so my initial perception was that purchasing groceries online would be a slightly more expensive than pacing the aisles of the local grocer. But as it turns out, that has not been my experience at all. In fact, I believe that online grocery shopping can actually add incredible margin into your monthly budget, giving you those additional funds to improve your fiscal fitness. Now, one way that grocery shopping can help you save money is by helping you to avoid impulsive purchases. I'm a sucker for sweets, and it's very difficult for me to walk down the aisle of cookies and candies and not throw an extra few things in the cart. And I'm also a sucker for product placement and colorful packaging. It's like the grocer knows exactly where to put things and how to package them, and so they speak to me. And I often shop when I'm way too hungry, too, and it makes even generic brand packaging look attractive and tasty. Now, how about going to the grocery store with children? How many overpriced candy bars or packs of gum have you purchased at the checkout line just because you had a screaming toddler or a nagging teen or maybe a tag-along husband? Shopping for groceries online prevents some of these impulsive purchases, but I still wouldn't recommend browsing hungry. Because you can order groceries online right from your pantry, you're going to avoid some of those purchases of duplicate items that maybe have been sitting on your shelf for months and you've forgotten about them. This is another advantage of ordering online. You know, the worst about going to the grocery store and purchasing things that were already in my cabinet back home? You know, the flavor section, the spice section, you know, that gets me every time. It's like this season and I can't do without. But what I didn't realize is that I've got 4 of them sitting on my shelf. Ordering groceries online allows you to place your order while you're looking through your cabinets. It prevents you from stockpiling ingredients, and it also helps you to plan meals ahead of time and put to use the ingredients you already have in your cabinets. You know, those ones you've been holding on to a while. Maybe I'm not the only one who's got Emeril Lagasse's Southwest Essence that's been aging in their cabinet for a decade or so. I initially tried this online grocery shopping from an angle of convenience, but what I found is it actually can be a great tool to stay on budget and save money. Hey, there's different ways to do it if you like to shop. Most of the big box stores have their own app that you can actually log on to or log on online, whether it's Walmart or your local grocer. Now, shopping online this way lets you take advantage of online savings apps such as Ebates. If you hadn't signed up for Ebates, click on the link in the description and it'll give you a free $10 towards your next online shopping experience. Finally, one of the best parts of the whole experience is just pulled in a designated space, let them know I was there. Within a couple minutes, they brought up my groceries. They placed them in the back of my car. It was just that easy. Well, that's it for this week's edition of Fiscally Fit. Join us next week as we take a look at emergency fund accounts. How big should they be? We'll answer that question next week.
Too much month at the end of the money? Well, Coach Kevin has been there and wants to help guide you toward financial peace at fiscally.fit.